You don't have to be in a good mood to find something good. Today we're going on a treasure hunt, not for the kind you can spend, but the kind that can actually make you rich. I'll give you 3 ways to spot the treasure of tiny wins that shift your energy and help you feel more connected to your day. It's simple, it's doable, and you don't even need a pirate map. Let's uncover some goodness. Hello, it's your friend Carolyn. I'm so glad you're here today. I want to tell you about when our kids were growing up. We had a sand volleyball court in our backyard. It was super fun. My husband and his teammates would practice for their beach volleyball tournaments, and we hosted lots of different neighborhood parties, but the most fun were our kids' birthday parties. With that much soft, fine white sand, you can create a rockin' pirate party. We had this big old steamer trunk we inherited, and on party day, we'd drag it out to the backyard and fill it with fake beads and candies and chocolate coins and other little treasures. We'd wrap plenty of surprises and bury them in the sand so the kids, with their eye patches and plastic swords, could dig for buried treasure. I am 80. Those pirate parties were a swashbuckling good time. And there were so many times that weeks or even months after a party, we'd be playing barefoot volleyball and end up finding a surprise treasure, like a forgotten melted chocolate coin that didn't get discovered during the party. I learned pretty early on to put those in little plastic baggies before burying them. Finding those long lost chocolate coins always made me think about how sometimes we don't recognize our real treasures or even realize they're there until we've had time to dig a little deeper. So today I'm going to give you 3 fun ways to go on your own gratitude treasure hunt. Just like these pirate parties, we're going hunting for hidden gems, but instead of chocolate coins, we're digging for moments of happiness and connection and appreciation that are already scattered through the sand of your days. How's that for a metaphor? Sometimes our daily treasures are sitting right there on the surface, easy to spot, and sometimes they're buried just under the surface, waiting for us to do a little searching. We've all had those off days. Maybe not a total disaster, but just kind of blah. Those days where the energy feels off, your to-do list feels long, and nothing feels particularly smooth. That's when it helps to turn things into a game, a treasure hunt. Start looking for small, simple things to appreciate. What I've found is that the magic isn't just in the things you find, it's in the active searching. When you start hunting for good moments, you become a joy detective, and suddenly your whole day feels easier. And here's how you play this game. Instead of writing a traditional gratitude list, which, by the way, I absolutely love and fully endorse, but try hunting for very specific types of gratitude moments with these 3 simple categories. Category 1, things that made me smile today. This is about capturing those micro moments of delight that usually slip right past us. Look for tiny moments that you might easily miss. For example, a few days ago, a big black crow landed on my balcony. We looked at each other for a moment. I even snapped a photo and sent it to our family text thread. One of my daughters replied, they're really smart and can actually learn to recognize faces. And one of my sons said his friend feeds the crows in her neighborhood and they bring her little trinkets in return. So now I have crow friend goals. I'll let you know how that turns out. But the point is, if I hadn't stopped to appreciate that simple moment, that big fat crow just sitting on my railing, I would have missed it completely. But wait, there's more. And I mentioned this in a recent email, so if you're one of my email subscribers, you may have heard me say it already, but for months now, the clock keeps showing me 11:11, a.m. and p.m., and sometimes 1:11. And just this morning, there it was again. And then right before I got on to record this, it was 1:11 in the afternoon. I don't know exactly what it means, but I take it as a little wink from my angels. It makes me smile every time. And then, don't you love it when a photo memory pops up on your phone? I especially love when it's one of my kids from a few years back. Of course, those always make me smile. So, those are just examples of really small things. It's not about the size of the moment. You're training your awareness to catch it before it's gone. So, smaller is great. It means you're really noticing. Category 2 is unexpected support. This is where it gets even better. Your mission is to spot ways life is supporting you that you might take for granted. The key here is you didn't ask for it, but something or someone made things easier. Like when my phone reminded me about my friend's birthday that I almost forgot. Or maybe it's someone holding the elevator door for you. Or how about getting a handwritten thank you note in the mail that you weren't expecting? That doesn't happen often enough anymore, does it? Or someone waves you into the lane during rush hour. Whoa, that's always an extra bonus if that ever happens. Or even just a stranger complimenting your shoes. Oh, I love that. Or the person ahead of you at the grocery store with a full cart offering to let you go first. These little moments might not seem huge, but they matter. They're reminders that support is all around us, even when we're not seeing it. I started thinking of these as little cosmic winks, gentle nudges that remind us we're not alone. Sometimes we notice and sometimes we don't, but they're still there. And category 3, positive plot twists. This is my favorite one. Look for good things that only happened because something went wrong. I have air quotes when I'm saying wrong. This category reframes our relationship with unexpected changes. I love the word serendipity. It's a happy accident. When life takes a turn you didn't plan for and it somehow leads you to something better than what you originally had in mind. My husband even knew a family whose youngest daughter, a bonus baby, was named Seren, short for serendipity. Many surprises really are divine, and detours can be exactly the shift we didn't know we needed. Think about missed flights that lead to better connections, or wrong turns that showed you a beautiful new route, or a canceled appointment that gave you time to take a break and then you came back more clear-headed than if it had gone as planned. Or maybe your favorite restaurant was closed, so you tried the place down the block and ended up discovering your new favorite dish. Been there. These positive plot twists are everywhere once you start looking for them. Now, once you get good at this basic treasure hunt of these 3 categories, you can level up with some advanced gratitude-seeking moves. This is for you AP gratitude detectives. There's something I like to call the gratitude spillover effect. This is when you start noticing good things happening to other people too. Maybe you see a stranger helping someone with heavy bags, or you witness a parent patiently explaining something to their curious kid. You're not involved, but witnessing these moments of human goodness becomes part of your daily treasure hunt. I was in Georgetown last week, and from my Uber window at a stoplight, I saw a homeless man on the street, and I could tell he was asking a guy walking past if he could help him out. Not an unusual thing to see in the city, but the man walking by took a step or two past him as he was reaching in his pocket for his wallet. He took out some cash and then put the wallet back in his pocket and turned around and stepped over and handed it to the man on the street. And that stuck with me. It's still with me because I think it's fairly easy to reach in your pocket and give someone cash. But this guy took time to slow down, dig out his wallet, take a minute to pull the money out, and gently hand it to the guy. It was just lovely to watch. Another advanced move is neutral gratitude hunting. This is perfect for those really tough days when finding things to smile about feels like effort. Instead of hunting for positives, you hunt for things that simply didn't go wrong. Your phone didn't die before you got home to your charger. You didn't wake up in the middle of the night last night. Your internet held steady during that important Zoom call. You didn't run out of gas on your way to the gas station. You made it. They're not all woohoo things, but they help hold the day together. On tough days, even a list of whew, thank goodness that didn't happen, can be enough to raise your vibe. Sometimes not bad is worth celebrating too. This isn't about forcing positivity or ignoring your struggles. But here's what I've discovered. Even on the hard days, there are always tiny neutral moments hiding in the corners, and we can find comfort in those small, reliable things. So, this practice isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about building your capacity to notice light, even when things are dark. I'm going to say that for you again. Building your capacity to notice light, even when things are dark. Now, if this sounds interesting to you, here's how you might give it a try. Each day you could hunt for just one thing in each category. Things that made me smile, just the small things in your day, like the crow. Unexpected support you didn't ask for, but help was there. And a positive plot twist, those happy accident moments. That's only 3 things total per day. And here's what makes it even better. You'll have new things every day. This helps you look deeper and notice more. It's great to write them in a journal because then you have that proof that good things happen to you. Or in the Notes app on your phone, or you can do a voice memo on your phone. I just do that sometimes because it's quick and easy. Or you can just smile and move on with your day, and it's still training your brain to spot those little not so obvious treasures. But what's really cool about just taking a second to quickly make a note of the 3 things each day is then you can do a weekly review that's almost as powerful as the daily hunt itself. At the end of each week, you look back on your collection of moments and you see how blessed you truly are. And you'll probably start seeing patterns. Maybe you'll notice you smile most often at interactions with pets or with animals, or that your positive plot twists often involve meeting new people. Whatever that is for you, these patterns can tell you something important about what brings you joy and how you can create more opportunities for it. If you end up trying this, you could share your finds with a friend about an interesting moment you had. There's something really magical about sharing these micro moments with someone else, and it helps them to see the good little things in their day too. You could even make it a family dinner conversation. What made you smile today that you almost missed? Kids are naturally amazing at this, by the way. Remember, this isn't about forcing positivity or pretending hard things aren't happening. It's just about training your treasure radar to spot the gems that are already there. Just like those melted chocolate coins we'd find weeks, literally sometimes even months later in our volleyball sand, some treasures in our daily lives are easy to miss. They're there, waiting to be discovered, waiting to be stepped on so the gooey chocolate can squish between your toes. Oh, I just had a flashback. But some are obvious and some are hidden in the ordinary moments of the day. When you become a gratitude treasure hunter, you start to develop the eyes to spot them and the patience to keep digging. The joy isn't only in what you find, it's also in developing the treasure hunter's instinct. And once you start seeing with treasure hunter eyes, you can't unsee. Your brain literally begins to shift the way it scans your day. You start picking up on more of the hidden gems all around you. This week, be a gratitude treasure hunter. Hunt for those buried moments. Catch the smiles, spot the support, look for the plot twists. And again, you're not just collecting moments of gratitude, you're rewiring your perspective to spot what's working, even when life's a little messy. You got this, you can do it, have fun with it. Until next time, keep shining and happy hunting.